Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Shua Allegra again with these wonderful, wonderful interviews we've been doing with authors, getting to know them, getting to know about their writing journey, and then kind of gleaning from their experience and picking up some nuggets for our own journeys. So today I have Dr. LeAnne with me. I'll give her a chance to introduce herself and let us know a little bit about who she is and what she does.
Great. Thank you so much for introducing me. Yes, my name is Dr. LeAnne Montoya. I am a veteran educator and author and advocate here in the great state of New Mexico. I really enjoy what I do. I just recently wrapped up a 4-state conference. I'm the chair of New Mexico ALAS, an organization that promotes Latino leadership.
Thank you so much for all that you do. So, in the midst of all of that, all the educational stuff that you do, like how did you get into writing?
I found writing as an outlet, a way to share my story with readers and with other individuals who are interested in a particular topic, and hope that the individuals reading the text and learning from our lived experiences could find strength, energy, and inspiration from our experiences. And so for me, it was a form of self reflection and healing. And through that process, I'm able to help others.
Beautiful. So, when you do write, like where do you find that inspiration? Like, yes, you're sharing from your own story, but is there anything else that kind of help you kind of get into the groove or the flow of writing?
I believe I've always been like a strong writer. And after getting my doctorate, I just found that utilizing the skills I learned at the collegiate level and being a professor at the university level has really strengthened my writing and helped me kind of use it as an outlet to help others and to serve as kind of that leader or mentor in a different form through the form of writing. I remember at my earliest ages, I started writing, and we used to have authors come to my elementary school, and I always aspired to be an author. I've done a lot of collaborative works, and I'm hoping that someday you're going to help me and we're going to guide me to write my own book, a self-authored book.
Yes, yes. I'll be honored to do that. And you're right. We've done quite a few collaboration with me already. I think we started with the chronic illness edition of Made to Overcome. I think that's how you started. And then we've done the single parenting edition of Made to Overcome. And then I quit. No, I quit is coming. But then it was We All Belong, right? And now you are planning to do I Quit, and then the mental health edition number three of Made to Overcome. So yeah, you've been busy. You've been busy writing on top of all that you do at work. So thank you for using that, as like I said, not just as an outlet, but to help others. I know that your stories have touched me every time I've read them, and I know that we've gotten feedback for people reading these books that we're putting out, how the stories are also impacting them. So thank you for all of that you do and for all your writing. So, and I right now we talked about the I Quit book that's coming out January 2nd that you're part of, and then the Made to Overcome mental health edition number three is coming out in May of 2021. um is there anything else that you are working on right now as far as your writing is concerned?
I've been trying to do kind of a children's book that I'm trying to work on. I talked to a friend, his name is Fernando. He just recently won some cooking shows, and he and I were talking one day, and it has nothing to do with his cooking show, but my next character's name is going to be Nando. And
Nice.
after just a fun conversation we had, I guess I'm going to pursue my dream of trying to write a children's book first, and then we'll look at something more serious. But I definitely have all the tools together, and now I got to find the time to put all my ideas on paper. But I'm really excited, and I'm working currently on wrapping up our edits for I Quit,
Hmm.
and I'm starting to realize that I'm a pretty complex individual that has persevered and been very
Hmm. Hmm.
resilient. And through writing, I'm able to help others. And I know that the books we've on have really helped others, because I have a following and a few people who are my former students,
Mm-hmm.
colleagues, and friends, and others who are strangers who are
Mm-hmm.
buying our books, and then they send me pictures and they said, I didn't know this, and I'm so inspired. And so that's the great part about writing.
Yes, yes, yes. That keeps all of us going. Knowing that our writing is making a difference, and it's not just, yeah, it's not just for us, but we write so that others can be inspired and be encouraged through what we write. That's nicely put there. So with all the writing you've been doing so far, is what has helped you like along the way? What are some things that were really um important or crucial, in your writing journey that you're kind of grateful for that you had those available or that you learned them?
Helping others, it was really inspirational the other day to have a student I had probably close to 20 years ago in the fourth grade
Hmm.
who decided to purchase the book. And she said, "Hey, Miss Sally, you are a true inspiration to me. I aspire to be like you." And so, if my writings at least just help one other person, that's amazing. For
Hmm.
me, it's been a form of healing from different situations in my own life, and being able to truly self reflect, process, and put it down on paper and leaving it on the paper once it's gone. Because not everything we've written about has been gumdrops and lollipops. There are some things that bring tears,
Yeah.
others tears of joy, but much of it is about healing,
Mm.
right? Talking about being a caretaker came with loss. I lost the most important person in my life,
Mm.
and being able to 2 years later reflect on that journey of grief and all of the different myriads of that situation, they not only help the readers, but it also helps me in my healing process as well.
Yeah. 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 No, thank you for sharing that. But is there something that you know now that you wish you knew then, as far as writing is concerned?
Um, there's always a pot of gold at the end of every rainbow, and sometimes you can't see to the other side of the rainbow. And, you know, reading the stories of our co authors and others gives you that inspiration. And for me, it's really kind of just helped me reflecting on the dark days and when I couldn't see beyond the storm. And so that's important. And, if only you could start at the pot of gold and work your way back, you would know that there truly is, something that beautiful that comes out of something terrible, as they always say. You learn to dance in the rain. And when you're in the midst of the storm, that's not always easy to see or to understand. But through my writing, it makes me more self-aware and mindful when you're in a dark place, that eventually you will see the light.
Yeah. 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 Is there any advice that you want to give new authors or new writers?
Absolutely. My greatest piece of work, in my opinion, is my worst piece of work. My dissertation was my heart and my soul.
Mm.
Um, that probably began the first day I became a teacher and then materialized into 5 years worth of writing. And while
Yeah.
I find it to be my best piece of work, at the end of the day, when I self reflect, it's probably not my best piece of work, but it has my heart and my soul.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can't be too critical of yourself, and you have to
Yeah.
be honest
Yeah.
and authentic. And so my advice to future writers is don't throw anything away. You save all
Mm.
your drafts. You need to learn to be honest, open, and authentic when you're writing in this kind of genre, because we're not in writing right now in the genre of um, fiction. We're writing about true stories and situations, and so just be your authentic self. Don't be harsh on yourself, and you're going to make mistakes and you're not going to like what you write. Sometimes I read my dissertation after 5 years and I'm like, what in the world was I writing? But you know you kind of just own it. You
Yeah.
own
Yeah.
your authentic self, and you know that you said whatever you said in your writing because at some point or another there was some truth to that. And how do you interweave or braid those into your story?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So true. And it's all part of part of the experience, part of the journey, right? Nothing is wasted, nothing is lost. Everything is either we learn from it and grow from it, or we look back and so use it for something else. So it's totally, yeah, it's part of the journey for sure. Oh, well, thank you so much for doing this with me. And where can people find you?
I can definitely be found on LinkedIn. Dr. LeAnne Montoya on LinkedIn. My Twitter handle is at @eantoya. Much like the life of my story, finding me virtually can sometimes be complicated, but I am findable. I'm also on Familia Montoya on Facebook. It's our family kind of story. It's a
Mhm.
story of our life, no holds bar, very transparent about who we are as people and what we do. And
Mhm.
what other platforms am I on? I think those are my primary: LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. And of course, I do have an online portfolio that can be found on Portfolio Gen,
Mhm.
that talks about my professional career and my speaking engagements that I go to across the country. And so, yeah, definitely. I look forward to having some of you join me. I also, sorry, I also serve on a national Gamma Beta Phi board, and I am the chair of professional membership. So if you want to join as a professional member, as an author or writer, and you want to link with others, please reach out to me on my email. My email is dra.salazarmontoya@gmail.com. That's for doctora, DRA, feminist on that one, Doctora Salazar Montoya @gmail.com. And you can always get through to me through any of my social networks, and I can link you up with Gamma Beta Phi as a professional member to give you some credentials to back that writing.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And we'll be sure to share, your bio and your links as part of this video as it shares out so that people can click on it and and be able to reach you that way. So thank you
Sure.
again for doing this with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate making the time to do this. And yeah, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. And sorry for my remote nature of my interview tonight. I was
It's
just
okay.
wrapping up a 2-day 4-state conference I hosted, which was amazing.
Nice, nice. No, no problem. That's also the beauty of the author life. It's like you never know where it takes you and you can write no matter where you are. So that's
Right?
totally fine. Totally fine. I'll talk to you later.
Yes. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.